Okay, so let's get started. First, let me do a little bit of introduction about myself. My name is Cheney, and I am a Senior Product Manager from Cloud BU in Sangfor International Market Department. Today, I'm very happy to be here to give you guys a brief introduction of our Sangfor HCI product. As you can see from the topic of these slides, our HCI is the third generation HCI product in the world. It's the first and the only third generation HCI. And our goal is to drive hyper-convergence to fully converged. And regarding this topic, we will discuss further in the coming slides. So first, let's take a look at some of the challenges now are facing the traditional data center. You can see that in this IT world, a lot of things are changing very fast. We can see those traditional IT infrastructures are actually sliding down, right? You can see IBM, Cisco, all those, hardware-rooted companies before. They are now shifting their focus from hardware to a more, software and service-oriented business. And you can see, a lot of hardware vendors actually are struggling to keep up with this software-defined IT trend. And we can see more and more new players come into this market to play. You can see that AWS, Amazon Web Service, which is a public cloud service, now it's gaining very fast attraction. And you can see all those small and medium business, especially internet companies, they are adopting this public cloud service very fast, and they can use it as a utility, like electricity or water. And you can see all those software-defined companies like VMware, like all those startups from Silicon Valley. They're trying to bring this disruptive technology to transform traditional data center. And you can see all those traditional IT vendors who are now actively embracing cloud. You can see Oracle, who is coming to virtualization and cloud to play. And you can also see, EMC was acquired by Dell, and Dell is trying to bring a more cloud focused strategy to bring another level of success for their business. So this is a trend, and we can see more and more companies and more customers are boarding this software-defined IT world. So first, next, let's take a look, the factors which are influencing this transformation. We can see that, no matter is in IT world or in this internet connected world, time is actually a really important factor, which is influencing customers' business and also vendors' business. And nowadays, people's life is being changed by the technology brought from the revolutionary internet and mobile and the digital transformation. The time to success actually now is shrinking. The window is shrinking. We can take a look at all those things listed here about the time to reach 50 million users. For radio, it took 38 years, okay? And television, 13 years. Internet, it took only 4 years. And Facebook, 3 years and a half. Twitter, it took only 9 months. And Instagram, it took 6 months, half a year, right? And we all know that last year there was a very popular game named Pokemon Go. And actually, it was so virusly spreaded in the entire globe. And for that product alone, it took only 19 days for Pokemon Go to reach 50 million users. So you can see the rapid pace of this internet world and IT world, okay, to reach a certain level of business success. The time window is shrinking. If you cannot keep up with the change, you cannot keep up with the trend, it can easily move you out of the game. And for traditional IT, traditional data center architecture, there are a lot of pain points, and we can see here. This slide shows the traditional data centers problems, because typically in a traditional data center, there will be different parts of data center resources, and for those different parts of resources, you got use different products from different vendors, and of course sometimes you need specialists, different specialists who are specialized on different areas to manage those different parts. So like for storage, you may have products from EMC, for NetApp, and for security, you may have Palo Alto or Fortinet, and for networking, Cisco, Juniper, right? And the servers, of course, you can see all those traditional server players in this part. So all those different parts of data center resources, they are sitting in silos, and it is very difficult to manage them. It is very complex, not to mention the huge upfront cost that you have to bring all those hardware, a variety of hardware devices to your data center, and hire a lot of dedicated professional teams to manage different parts of your data center. So this is not helping customers to achieve success. This actually is slowing them down. So what kind of data center architecture is the ideal architecture to help customers achieve success rapidly? This is what we are visioning for future data center. It should be one unified resource pool, including all the elements: compute, storage, networking, security. All those 4 key elements are included in this unified resource pool. And you don't have to hire those professional specialists to manage different parts of your data center. You just need to hire a bunch of IT generalists. They don't have to know a profound level of proprietary technologies to be able to manage all those different parts of resources. They only need to know the basic knowledge of IT, and they can easily manage all of your resources in your data center. That is what customers really want, because it can simplify their operations and help them reduce the cost of the capital investment. And here is a comparison between traditional data center and future data center. Okay, when you take a look at these 2 pictures, here on the left shows the traditional data center. Okay, in a traditional data center, you have this legacy architecture with server, storage, everything software, hardware defined. You have to buy storage from different vendors. You have to buy the servers as well as the networking devices, security devices from specific vendors. Okay, this is a multi-vendor environment, and you have to manage them with different teams. So it's quite cluttered, and the management platforms are also in silos. You have to manage your storage from the storage vendor's platform, and you have to manage another part of your data center, like compute. You may need to manage it from a virtualization platform, right? And for storage, and for networking, you have to manage it from Cisco's or other networking vendors' proprietary management platforms. It's very complex, and it is time-consuming, as well as it costs a very huge investment that customers have to put to make this data center running. On the right, it shows the future data center. This is a data center picture from Google, and you can see all the devices you can see actually are commodity servers and commodity switches, because Google, we all know Google is an internet giant, and it has a very strong capability on software. Actually, it has an R&D team who is helping them to build a software-defined data center. Okay, they have their own distributed file system which can be used to run on commodity servers and achieve a certain level of reliability that they are requiring. So you can see this data center is very neat, and they don't have to pay much attention on the hardware side. Hardware is becoming more and more irrelevant, okay? And they can manage it from a single unified management platform. So this is what we call web scale data center, okay? It can be easily managed, and of course it can save customers investment, no matter it's capex or opex. And next, let's take a look at the trend which is now taking place in the IT world. Like I said in the previous slides, this IT world is being disrupted by software, and we believe that internal IT should be delivered as a service. IT should not be defined by hardware. Before, all these traditional data centers, they are defined by hardware. Okay, so that's why when you need those 4 pillars for your data center, like compute, you gotta buy physical servers. If you need storage, you gotta buy storage devices from storage vendors like EMC, like NetApp. And if you need networking, of course networking is one indispensable part of your data center. You gotta buy those networking devices from all those traditional networking vendors, as well as the security parts. So the hardware-defined data center is outdated. Okay, it belongs to the past. The future data center should be defined by software, and that's why we can see all those disruptive technologies brought by software that are now transforming traditional data center. Here is a topology which shows the traditional tiered architecture of data center. Okay, you have storage tier, which is sitting on the bottom of this architecture. You have the SAN switch, which is used to connect the SAN storage to the servers, and of course you have the computing layer, which may be virtualized by virtualization platforms like VMware or KVM. You have to connect all those servers to network using those aggregated switch or core switch, and you have to deploy firewall or IAM, or those all kinds of networking optimization or security devices to secure and boost the performance of your data center. So this is the traditional tiered architecture of a data center. Of course, like I said, there are a lot of pain points and problems. What is the best way to implement a software-defined data center? We believe it should be commodity switch combining commodity servers. Even though from the physical side it is just a server plus commodity switch, but inside we're using the software to define your data center. So that's why from the software perspective, everything is included. You have the compute, which is virtualized by hypervisor. You have storage, which is also virtualized by the software-defined storage layer of your software. You can also have all those virtual networking appliances or security appliances, which can be running on top of the hardware on the server. And when you take a look at the definition of standard HCI, this is the definition from Wikipedia. A traditional hyper-converged infrastructure includes a server, virtualization, and storage on this commodity x86 rack servers or blade servers. Okay, in this scenario, the standardized HCI, which was defined back in 2009 or 2008, okay, it includes compute, storage, and they are virtualized on x86 commodity servers. So this is the traditional hyper-converged infrastructure. And the hyper-converged infrastructure market is growing rapidly. Okay, according to Gartner, as you can see here, this is an analysis report from Gartner, and Gartner reported that predicted that in 2019, the total market capital for HCI can reach almost like 5 billion. And you can see here in 2012, actually the entire market has only 0 market share. Okay, that means in 2012, there's no HCI product in the market. Actually, that was the first year when the first HCI product was launched. Okay, and you can see after 7 years, the entire market can reach 5 billion, and the year-over-year growth rate is also astonishing. It can reach 68% YOY growth rate. So this is a very fast-growing product segment. And also, Gartner reported that by 2020, 20% of the mission-critical applications which are currently running on this traditional 3-tier architecture will be transitioned to HCI by 2020. So this is actually what all those vendors are visioning. Software is bringing this disruptive technology to the traditional IT world, and HCI, including the SDS, the software-defined solutions, are actually transforming the landscape of traditional data center. So after the introduction of the IT background and what is happening in the IT transformation, let's focus on how Sangfor is approaching this market and what are highlights of Sangfor's HCI platform. So from the topic, you've already know that our HCI is the 3rd generation HCI. And why do we call Sangfor HCI as the 3rd generation? The reason is quite simple, because we believe that in a data center, there should be 4 key elements. Okay, all those 4 elements should be indispensable. Like we have compute, okay, and storage. The traditional HCI includes only compute and storage, okay, on this x86 commodity server. But in a full stack of data center architecture, you should also have network. You should also have security. Without security, your data center is sitting in danger. Okay, there are so many threats which are which can easily attack your data center and get some sensitive data to jeopardize your business or threat your branding, right? So this is not this part of data center is necessary, as well as networking. Without networking, you don't have all those capabilities to connect all those devices together and bring a unified solution for your data center. So what do we see here is that the first phase of HCI is exactly what we call the standardized HCI nowadays. It was emerged in 2009, and in 2012 the first generation of HCI products came to this market. And after this 4 or 5 years of development, still all those HCI solutions only include compute and storage virtualization. Like on these x86 servers, you have compute, which may be virtualized by VMware vSphere, ESXi, or Hyper-V. You have software-defined storage, which can virtualize all those disks across different across those x86 servers in your cluster. That is the first generation of HCI. And the second phase of HCI, we think it's just like those HCI solutions, which includes the network capability to the platform. Just like VMware has its SDDC stack, includes vSphere, vSun, and NSX. That is the second phase of HCI. Actually, it's more close to software-defined data center instead of only solving the problems of storage. And Sangfor, you may have already known that Sangfor has been in the security market for more than 15 years. And we do have a lot of experiences and strong capabilities on that part. We have our self-developed security technologies, including the next generation firewall, the internet access management, as well as application delivery and one optimization. And on Sangfor HCI platform, we have converged those parts of capabilities into this platform. That's why you can see on Sangfor HCI, not only do we have compute, storage, and networking, we also have security. You can see all those virtual next generation firewalls, virtual internet access management, virtual application delivery, as well as virtual SSL VPNs. All those virtual appliances are available on Sangfor HCI. So this is an end-to-end, one-stop software-defined data center solution. It's not the traditional HCI. It is the world's only and first third generation of HCI. And the concept is just like this slide shows. Okay, physically is x86 servers, which is hosting the software of our platform, and with the software power, you can realize all those functions you need, including the compute, including storage and networking and security. So everything is packaged and included in this one single software stack. One server actually equals one micro data center. Okay, in a cluster, you can expand the performance as well as the capacity with more nodes and more servers added to the cluster. So this is also a scale-out architecture. Customers can buy what they need now and pay as they grow. So this is more like the cloud business model instead of traditional buy once and then consume it, the traditional business model. And of course, you have all those elements, all those key elements on the software side, which is sitting on top of the commodity x86 servers. So how can you manage all those resources remains a key part of your data center operation, right? On Sangfor HCI, we have developed a very intuitive and easy to use management platform. This is a web-based management platform, and the user interface is very friendly. You can learn how to use it and manage everything on Sangfor HCI very easily, even though you don't have any deep background of IT. So I will show you some of the overviews on the management platform after the slides presentation. I will give you a short demo so that you can see this clearly. And this is a highlighted feature on Sangfor HCI. We call it what you draw is what you get. And basically, you can draw your data center topology very easily and very intuitively on the map, on the management platform with your mouse. Okay, you can just you can simply log in this management platform on your browser on the laptop, and you can drag all those icons. All those icons on the left show represent the virtual appliances, like the virtual machines, virtual firewall, virtual router, virtual switch. Everything is virtualized, and they are visualized as these icons. You can drag all those icons to the map with your mouse and draw lines between those icons. Then you can draw a topology of your data center, and this topology is actually is quite visualized, and you can see the real-time traffic flow between different devices. So that is one of the biggest highlights of Sangfor HCI. No one has ever achieved this kind of simplicity on management platform until Sangfor, of course. And after the brief introduction of Sangfor HCI, Sangfor's way of defining data center using Sangfor HCI platform, you may be wondering what are the benefits of HCI? What can Sangfor HCI bring to customers when it comes to the business standing point. Actually, we all know that there are two factors which are influencing customers' decision of buying IT. The first one, actually, of course, is related to money. Is total cost of ownership. Okay, everybody is sensitive on money. Okay, you cannot throw unlimited resources of your finance or money to IT construction, right? So typically, when the IT department needs to buy something, they have to apply for the budget from the financial department in the company. So TCO matters a lot in their decision for IT. And with Sangfor HCI, when you compare Sangfor HCI to traditional data center approach, the total cost of ownership can be reduced as a maximum as 80%. You don't have to buy all those traditional physical proprietary devices like traditional external storage, like traditional physical server, traditional physical firewalls, traditional physical hardware appliances from all those different vendors. Now you can use Sangfor HCI and commodity switch to easily build your data center. Okay, and of course it is future proof. You can get the resource and get the benefits of the easy management when your business is growing along the way. So TCO can be reduced massively with Sangfor HCI. The second factor which is influencing customers' business, of course, is time. And we also mentioned that the time is money in the previous slide, okay? Especially in this, internet connected world, everything is shared, okay? We can see, we can get something done instantaneously on the, in the online world. And so for a customer's business, if they cannot catch up with the fast pace of their customers' requirements, then they can easily get left behind. So this is not customers want. Okay, they want to, especially for those enterprises, they need to react and respond as fast as they can. So imagine this: if you and your competitors, you guys both have a great idea, and if you can realize this idea with only 1 week or even several days, less than 4 days, but your competitor needs to spend more than 1 month to realize this idea, then of course you can get the initiative of the time initiative, and you can push your product to your customers much faster than your competitors, and you can gain the benefit, you can gain the market share much faster and than your customers. So time to market matters. Actually, it is a life and death matter to customers' business. So with Sangfor HCI solution, you can easily build a software-defined data center within a very short period of time. Okay, before, if you try to build a data center from the traditional approach, then you have to acquire different parts of your data center from different vendors. Okay, it might take several weeks or even several months for the devices to arrive at your data center, and then you have to do the test. You have to do the the optimization for your data center. So with Sangfor HCI, we can reduce that period of time to hours, to days, or even hours. We have a case down in Vietnam. Okay, it took only 3 days for us to build a totally new data center for them. Okay, like I said, you may think that Sangfor is very strong on security, but for virtualization, Sangfor is a new player, right? The truth, the fact is not like that. Actually, Sangfor has started developing virtualization as early as in 2012, At that time, we were focused on this, desktop virtualization. Okay, and in 2013, we launched our VDI solution in domestic market, in China market, and also it has gained a very wide recognition in China market. Okay, we are currently the number 2 player in China VDI market. And for HCI, it was launched in early 2015 in China, and in 2016 we pushed this product to overseas market. And until now, we have already got a relatively big success in Southeast Asia market, and we are trying to expand the market to regions like Middle East and Africa to get a faster business boost globally. And as you can see here, this is a Gartner report from of the x86 server virtualization infrastructure. Sangfor has been listed in the Magic Quadrant since August last year, and we will keep investing more in this area. You may already know that we have half of our employees who are working on R&D, and half of those R&D employees are working specifically on virtualization. So that is why you can see also the software update of Sangfor HCI is quite rapid. We can respond very fast to market's requirements and get this update rolled out in a very responsive pace. And here shows the a footprint for Sangfor HCI. Actually, it's like a roadmap blueprint for the HCI product. Currently, we are like on the spot of software-defined IT. Okay, and in the future, we will upgrade to hybrid cloud. Okay, and we don't consider HCI as the virtualized infrastructure. Actually, it's a cloud-enabled infrastructure. Okay, and this year we will release a version which is a cloud version. Okay, we will put more cloud features to Sangfor HCI, including the user self-service portal, including the multi-tenancy, as well as a lot of fancy features to the product, because this is a software-focused approach. Okay, so it is upgradable. When customers buy Sangfor HCI, they not only do they buy the hardware, they buy the future-proof software, and the software can be upgradable in the future. Whenever there are new version coming out, they can upgrade it without replacing their existing hardware. So that is a investment protected future for customers. And like I said, we have already gained some level of sales momentum in Southeast Asia market. Here listed some of the customers we have already got in the past 1 year cultivation. You can see like customers like Samsung, Toshiba, all those famous enterprises, they have already purchased Sangfor HCI, and Sangfor HCI solution has helped them dramatically simplify their operation and maintenance, as well as reducing their initial cost and operational cost from a long-term perspective. We have customers from different verticals in different in different countries in Southeast Asia, like in education. In the education industry, we have customers from Malaysia, we have customers from Taiwan, from even Hong Kong and Singapore, right? And we also have all those government customers, as well as financial customers from Indonesia, and we are this growing pace is is continuous. We will the resource we are going to devote to HCI is enormous, and we believe with the with the support of our R&D and marketing team, as well as our channel partners, we will get more successful cases, not only in Southeast Asia, but also globally, like more success in Middle East and Africa in the future. And there might, since you are our partners, and it is a good time to introduce some of the sales scenarios, key sales scenarios that Sangfor HCI is focusing at the moment. Typically, the scenarios can be summarized to three key scenarios. The first one is traditional IT transformation, including the new data center construction and existing data center consolidation and upgrade. And also, there can be some IT transformation for SME, small and medium enterprise, because those customers, they have different requirements. They are budget sensitive. So the approach to those customers can be different from medium and large enterprises. And also, since we have all those NFV network functions virtualization features on our HCI, including the virtual firewalls, virtual IAM, and those virtual optimization appliances on HCI. We can also deliver this NFV driven IT transformation for customers who may initially have the requirement for firewall or IAM. Then we can propose HCI with the simplicity of management and cost reducing investment for them. First, this is the key scenario for Sangfor HCI, which is the IT transformation scenario. Okay, we all know that especially in medium and large enterprises, their data center is is very big, and they may have different teams managing different parts of their data center, and it can have multiple brands of hardware devices sitting in their data center, and they have to manage them from different management platforms. That is a very typical traditional data center architecture, right? You have those different layers of infrastructures, and you have to ask for help when something anomaly happens. You get support from different vendors. So it's very complex. It's a rigid architecture, and it can cost a lot for customers to maintenance this type of traditional architecture in their data center, right? So how can we transform this traditional architecture with Sangfor HCI? It's quite easy, okay? So from the infrastructure layer, you don't have to buy all those different types of hardware devices from different vendors. You only need to buy, Sangfor HCI and the commodity switch. And for management, you don't have to use all those different management platforms to manage different parts of your different elements in your data center. You just need Sangfor HCI's unified management. It can easily manage all the key elements on the Sangfor HCI. And also, you don't have to hire specialists to manage different parts of the data center. You only need to hire IT generalists. They don't have to be equipped with profoundly deep knowledge of specific area in the IT domain. They just need to understand the basic knowledge. Then they can easily manage everything in your data center. Okay. For support, of course, this is one single vendor, one-stop support mechanism. You don't have to, purchase support from different vendors. So with Sangfor HCI, you can get a massive reduction on the hardware footprint. Okay, we can consolidate all those different types of proprietary hardware into only commodity servers and commodity switch. And also, it's quite secure and stable. It's a future-proof architecture. You buy only what you need now, and then you can expand resource whenever you need in the future. And for the small enterprise customers, they may don't have a dedicated IT management team to help them manage the infrastructure in their data center. So some of them may still are running their data center in physical. Okay, they don't even use hypervisor to virtualize their servers. Okay, so it is very cluttered if you don't virtualize all types of your data center parts in the traditional architecture. Okay, if you don't run a hypervisor on your servers to virtualize those servers, the utilization of the resource is quite low. Okay, it can be as low as 20%. That means 80% of the resource is sitting in waste, and you have to manage different parts of your data center from different management platforms. And if you need to do any modification on your network, it can be very complex. Okay, you have to configure it from the traditional way, and you have to configure the networking devices, including the switch, the router, as well as the security policy on your firewall. And then if you have to do some kind of test or development, the change can be painstaking. So how can Sangfor HCI help those customers to transform the painstaking traditional IT? We can use this easy to manage and intuitive web-based user interface, user-friendly console to manage those different parts of their data center. Okay, if they don't have a dedicated team, they only need to allocate one people or employ one IT generalist to use Sangfor HCI to manage every part of their data center. Okay, like the feature shows, what you choose, what you get. He can easily manage everything. Use this web-based management platform, and they can start small, grow big. They only need to buy maybe 2 nodes in their cluster to accommodate the requirements they need at the initial stage, and they can expand the resource whenever they need more resource. They just add more nodes in the cluster. So it can help those small and medium customers dramatically simplify their daily operations in the data center. The last scenario, of course, is a NFV Driven IT Transformation. Like I mentioned, we have all those virtual applications on Sangfor HCI. This is a full software-defined data center solution with one single software stack and one unified management and support. Okay, if customers need to buy all those different types of security devices like NGAF or Internet Access Management, if they need to buy 2 of them, then they can purchase Sangfor HCI, because Sangfor HCI can achieve this simplified and unified management, not only on the security part of their networking, but also on the infrastructure layer, including the storage, networking, and hypervisor. So everything can be managed with this unified management. All right, that is the brief introduction of Sangfor HCI, as well as some of the sales scenarios that you can propose to customers with Sangfor HCI. Next, I will take 5 minutes to show you the demo of our HCI management platform. As you can see here, after you log in the management platform, here is the home page of the console. You can see you can get a bird's eye view of everything on your Sangfor HCI. Okay, here we have 6 tabs. These tabs represent the different parts of the Sangfor HCI infrastructure. Okay, you can see the general overview, like the VMs, like the storage, CPU memory, and storage usage on this on the platform. You can also get an overview of the nodes status on the bottom of this home page. One feature I want to highlight here is what you draw is what you get. Basically, it's like this. Okay, you can see the topology here we have created on this demo. Okay, the topology includes all the different parts of your data center. You can have switch, you can have virtual router, of course you can have VMs which are connected to the switch, and everything can be easily managed and manipulated with some clicks or drags of your mouse. Okay, like here, if I want to create a topology, I can easily use the mouse, and then I can drag all those icons here. Edge, edge represents the physical exit for the business ports. That means all the traffic for the business come or go through the edge. And then I could drag router, okay, to the map. I can also drag firewall, and everything on the management platform is configurable on your browser. Okay, so currently I'm accessing the management platform with Safari. You can also access it with a Chrome, Internet Explorer, or Firefox. And like here shows, you can see the real-time traffic flow, okay, between devices. And if you want to see the details of a certain device, you just click it, and you can see the summary. You can do the configuration of this device. So everything is dramatically simplified for customers to use. And of course, you can also put your hands on the demo if you are interested in our HCI. We can show you the demo. You can access the demo with your internet connected laptop. Just type in https demo.sangfor.com, and then you can experience all the products demo on this platform. For Sangfor HCI, I suggest that if you are really interested, or your customers are really interested in this solution, it's better to test, to hop in the driver's seat and then put your hands on the demo. We can provide you the trial license. You can install our software on your servers, and then you can test it and experience the power brought by Sangfor HCI. All right, that is the end of my presentation